Hey, hope you're having a really good day. Hope you're doing well. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video, I wanted to quickly record and show you how we make it unreasonable for agency and service business owners to not sign 3 to 5 clients a month. Right? In today's video, my goal is to show you how invaluable an automated cold email system can be, and to show you how we can have one built up for you in 4 weeks or less, and to help you start generating results in that same period of time, right? So just to start, right? Here's a picture of what we were able to do for a client of ours. This is what we did for client. Their name is Utopia Staffing. It's a recruitment firm based in the US. They recruit in the tech field, hiring for developers, stuff like that, right? But this is what we were actually able to do for them. In June of this year, we were able to book in 44 sales calls over here, and they were able to sign 12 clients out of these 44 meetings. So we were able to generate them really strong results. Here's the owner. His name is Carlo, and this is what he had to say about our service and how we at Burrow Group were able to help him. So he was able to, sign a client looking to hire 7 developers. He was charging 15% fee, so a little bit less than the industry standard, but he was also getting a fixed, $13,000 per candidate that he was able to, find for his client. So how were we able to get Carlo results, and what does our infrastructure, our cold email infrastructure system look like? Well, this is kind of what it looks like. This is a chart that we built out in Lucid Charts, and just starting over at the left side here, right? We see that we mainly have, a couple of different categories. The first one is actually finding leads for you, right? So who are you looking to contact, right? What kinds of companies, what kind of industries are they in? What kind of employee headcount, that type of thing, right? So over here, just starting on the left side, we have the finding leads category. So who's my target audience? Where are they hanging out? And then with that information, we actually go and scrape, those leads for you. We gather the email addresses, we verify them, pretty important stuff to make sure that we're actually contacting the right people with their valid contact, their valid email address, and we actually clean the leads for you as well. After that, we actually set up all the actual infrastructure and the systems for you. So what does that involve, right? Well, what that means is we will be buying you all the email domains. We'll be doing all the deliverability setup, making sure that the emails that are sent are actually making it through to the inbox and not just ending up in spam and pretty much being left on unread. We do that by, warming up the email domains. So for some of you who might not know what that means is, over here at Burrow Group, we actually send over 1,000 cold emails a day. And how are we able to send over 1,000? Well, if we use the typical Gmail setup, right? So, let's just say john@gmail.com. Well, realistically, if you try to send anywhere near 1,000, right? Not even 1,000, you try to send 100 emails using that john@gmail.com. Well, very quickly, within like a couple of days, that email domain, the email address will just get blocked out by Google completely, right? Because it's being marked as spam. You're sending an unreasonably high amount of spammy emails, and you'll actually get blocked. So there's actually some strategies that we use to make sure that does not happen, and it's pretty much part of the deliverability setup as well. So email warming is included as part of that email deliverability setup process. Then we create the outreach copy for you. We do a bunch of tests. We write a lot of different angles. We test everything from subject lines, the email copy, the CTA, call to action, and figure out what works best. And then we start by testing it, right? So this entire process of the setup, it usually takes 14 days, mainly for the email warming. This stuff does not happen overnight, but, and I know what you might be thinking. 14 days might be a long time. That's what I think as well, but it is what it is, right? If you want your emails to be consistently hitting the inbox, well, it takes 14 days. It's not something that happens overnight. And this process does take 14 days. Now, what does the actual email sequence look like? the ones that we send to actually get you results? Well, this is what it looks like. We start with the initial cold email. So this is the initial touch points. And then we follow up a series of 5 times, right? Because a lot of the times, I'm sure you might have experienced this. Someone might be reaching out to you, whether that be through emails, through LinkedIn, through Facebook, through Instagram, whatever, right? Maybe you look at it through your notifications, or maybe you click into the email, you see it, but maybe you're cooking something, right? Maybe you have to go pick up, a family member, and you end up actually forgetting about the email. Well, with the beauty of that, with the follow-up emails, is we make sure that we're contacting and making multiple touch points with your ideal contact more than once, and making sure that the probability of them reaching back to you is as high as humanly possible. So we do that by sending 5 follow-up emails followed by a breakup email. And that is typically what we have found to be, the optimal results. Now, I do have to say that every client that we work with, all the clients in all these different industries, it works slightly differently, right? So this is just kind of a general framework of what we do. Sometimes for clients, we only have 3 follow-ups. Some other clients, we might have 6 follow-ups, right? But it really depends on the industry, your offer, who you're trying to contact. And we do extensive testing to ensure that we are getting maximum results, maximum replies, and as a result, helping you book maximum meetings. Now, what else do we offer beyond the actual email sequence? Well, we work on the inbox management. So once you send out these emails, right, you get back a ton of replies, whether that be positive replies, negative replies, all these different replies, questions. We actually take care of that for you. So this entire process is, if you think about it, is pretty much on autopilot, because we help you find the leads, the email addresses. We set up everything, we send out the emails, we even handle the replies and turn those interested replies, positive replies, questions, we turn them into booked meetings, right? We have been doing this for a long time, so we know exactly what works, but ultimately it comes down to just very thorough testing and just figuring out what works, because again, every industry and every client is different. Now, what is the typical after state of our clients? Why do clients want to work with us at Bureau Group? What do they have to benefit? Well, for starters, after they start working with us with the cold emails acquisition system, now they finally have multiple acquisition channels running that allows them to generate anywhere from 1 to 10 warm prospects per week. Right? And this is typically on the low end. For some clients like Carlo, we're generating 1 to 10 warm prospects per day, right? So, we know that this stuff works. And the thing is most recruitment agencies, most marketing agencies, service businesses, a lot of them typically rely purely off of, referrals and word of mouth. But the thing with that is it's extremely unpredictable. How can you control whether a client of yours is referring you to 3 or 4 or 5 people, right? The answer is you can't control that. So therefore, it's not a highly predictable channel for outreach. And this is where cold emails really steps in, because this is something you can really control, right? The next point is they don't waste time testing the channels. Again, this stuff takes time. It's highly unlikely, if you were to go and set this up yourself, it's highly unlikely, even for us, right? It's highly unlikely the first variation of the outreach content that we're testing, it's highly unlikely that is the winner, right? Highly unlikely. So we set up that entire process for you using strategies and methods that are proven to work, methods and strategies that we use for ourselves to book ourselves meetings and to book our clients meetings. So we take care of that entire channel for you. And finally, right, you no longer need to spin your wheels anymore, right? Now that you have systems that make it unreasonable for you not to generate interest daily, we help you with your offer and we manage the entire system, A to Z, right? We optimize the whole thing. You no longer have to worry about this at all. All you have to think about is, how do I hop on the client calls, talk with them, figure out what they need, figure out how I can help them and sign them, right? So that's pretty much what you need to focus on after working with Bureau Group on the client acquisition system. Now, here are some of the numbers of, how, we get the results that we do. So just based on our own personal data reference, again, I want to stress that every industry, every offer, every client is slightly different, but just from a rough give or take of our own personal experience, for every 1,250 cold emails sent, we typically see one booked call. For every 1,250 to 1,300 emails, we typically see 2 to 5 positive replies. And to do some quick maths, if let's say you wanted to, hop on 20 client calls for the month, right? Well, that means that you need to send 25,000 cold emails, right? Because, 20 calls times 1,250 equals 25,000 cold emails sent, right? So let's say you get a 75% show up rate, right? That would mean that 15 out of those 20 people show up. And let's say your signing or your closing rate is 25%, which by the way is extremely low, right? 25%, that's really, not the greatest. But let's say it was 25%. That would still mean you're signing 3 new clients per month, right? What does signing 3 clients per month, what will that do for you, right? I'm sure that means that you're making tons more money, right? Now, I don't want to put any money figure onto it just because every industry is slightly different. Each client has a slightly different pricing structure. So I'm not sure exactly how much money that means for you, but you could do the math yourself, right? That would mean 3 clients per month, right? Now, in terms of the fulfillment process, this is typically what happens, right? So the very first thing, once you decide to work with us, you think that this is something that can help you, is the onboarding call, where we walk you through the process, the expectations. We look at your offer and we help you with your targeting, right? We figure out who you're looking to target and where they might be looking to hang out. The second step is the actual setup of the tools of the actual system, right? Setting up your DNS, warming up the domains. Again, this typically takes 14 days. And in that same time frame, we craft your copy, your outreach copy. We help you source leads, and we clean and verify them as well and get them all ready to be, get the email sent out. The third step is the launch call. So once after that 14-day period, that warm-up period, we hop on another call with you to walk through the final system, right? Make sure that you understand exactly what's going on every step of the way, and you think that this is something that is effective and aligns with what your business values are. And finally, every 2 weeks, we hop on another quick call just to do some bi-weekly reporting, keep you updated, keep you in the loop, just so that you know that what we're doing to actually generate you guys results. And that's typically what it takes. But overall, this is our entire process here at Burrow Group, how we are able to make it unreasonable for recruitment firm owners, agency owners, service business owners to not sign 3 to 5 clients monthly, right? If you do have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email over at jimmy@theburrowgroup.com. You can connect with me on LinkedIn over here. This is my link. You can follow me on Twitter. Hope you have a better understanding of what we do and how we generate results. And talk soon. Cheers.